It's Friday, so that means Scene Stealer's Eric Melin, the film critic and world champion air guitarist, is joining us. I love that we have a world champion in the studio. This is the closest we'll ever get, is the world champion right here. He's letting us know what he thinks of a new crime thriller, Prisoners, starring an ensemble cast including Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, Terrence Howard. That is a stacked cast.
Yes, it really is, and they're quite excellent in this movie. This is a very hardcore drama about two families and two kidnapped girls. And basically what happens is Jake Gyllenhaal is the cop that is responsible for finding Hugh Jackman and Terrence Howard's children, who are mysteriously missing one day as the two families are hanging out together. And Hugh Jackman is not really known for his emotional portrayals, right? He does a lot of mainstream movies and things like that, and certainly he got the Oscar nomination for Les Mis, but this is a very different role for him. It's very deeply felt. And also Jake Gyllenhaal is doing a really good job at playing a cop who is singularly obsessed, but also younger than Hugh Jackman's character, and thus in kind of a less position of power, but somehow he really pulls this off as well. Now here comes the bad part.
Oh, I want to like it.
This movie is 2.5 hours long, and somewhere in about the 90-minute mark, there's a moral choice that is made by Terrence Howard and mainly Hugh Jackman's character to do something to another character that they suspect of being the guilty person. And they kind of give this away in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm giving away too much. But that moral choice that they make, that is a very bad moral choice that they decide is okay and they're going to have to live with, is completely abandoned and in favor of this mystery, which, if you've been paying attention, is pretty obvious from about 45 minutes in. So all of a sudden you watch Jake Gyllenhaal's character put this mystery together and you're way ahead of him, and it doesn't really work. It seems very forced, and it seems like they could have gone in one direction, which would have been really, really interesting, but instead they had to play the mystery out and put all these weird little twists and turns, because Hollywood movies have to have these twists these days, they think, to keep audiences interested. So for me, this movie just really kind of kept going long after it was interesting, and I don't know, 2.5 hours of Prisoners was a really long time to be in that really awful place, and with not much to say when it all ended up. Again, they completely abandoned the premise that I thought was the most interesting about it. I'm very mixed on this film because I think there's a lot of things done right, but the plot, the actual story itself, the mystery, is not one of them.
And it's 2.5 hours is long.
2.5 hours is a long time. I mean, this isn't really ordinary people, so.
Right. Well, it's not a feel-good movie.
No, it's not.
There's that.
It's not, yeah.
All right,
again,
Eric.
Great acting,
Yeah.
but I don't know, the script kind of does this one in, I think.
But if you love the characters, you probably still like it?
If
you love the actors, I mean?
Yeah, well, the actors are great in it. Again, you know, the directing and the action, or the acting, I thought were really, really strong, but this movie just kind of falls apart and pitfalls to normal kind of Hollywood thrillers, and it was sad to see it go there.
All right, Eric Melin, Scene Stealer's movie critic, world champion air guitarist, most honest movie critic we've ever interviewed. Thank you.
Yeah.